everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my favorite makeup brushes from the drugstore. Honestly, this video kind of became a drugstore video by default because all of my favorite brushes are from the drugstore. I think there's actually two by Arbonne that aren't from the drugstore. You have to order them from Arbonne website. But other than that, all like 20 some brushes I'm going to talk about are all drugstore brushes. So I'm super excited to bring you this video. It's been requested a lot and I've been working on it. Most of these brushes are clean, so that's why I decided it was a good time to film this video now. Not all of them because I'm not perfect, but doing pretty good. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to start with eye brushes. I got this cute little cup from my sister and brother-in-law for Christmas. She said she saw it and just thought of me. It says wake up and makeup, so I love this. I gotta figure out how I can incorporate it like into my background or something. But yeah, anyways, this is the Real Techniques Lash Brow Groomer. Now, I don't know if they still make these. I feel like I've seen them in stores and they look a little bit different than this, but I love this one because it has metal bristles here, which is absolutely perfect for combing out clumpy mascara. This is like a must-have. You have to have this brush if you do mascara at all ever. Like, it's just so nice. It works for top and bottom lashes and I use it all the time. It's really nice. This brush part I use for brushing out my eyebrows. I don't use that side as much, but this side I just feel like it's a must-have, and I don't see a lot of brushes like this with the metal. Usually they have plastic and they just don't work as well, so I absolutely love this guy. Okay, the next brush I have is by Real Techniques as well, and this is the Deluxe Crease Brush. This is very thick, and I don't use this for crease work on my eyes so much, but I use this for blending out primer and concealer on my eyes, and also for blending out like the base shade. It's nice, it's fairly dense, so it works for cream products, but it also works for powder products because it's not too dense, and it's just a really good quality brush. But yeah, I like this for just like kind of covering all of my lid from lid to brow bone, you know, just kind of covering it with primer and or a powder base. So that's what I use this one for. I have a one from Sonia Kashuk. This is the number 106. Cute little guy. These are available individually at like Target and stuff. This one is the perfect shape for applying shadow on the lid and packing shadow on the lid. But the shape of it, I don't know what it is, but the shape just picks up shadow really well, and it's perfect for just applying in a fairly precise way, like hold it at an angle this way and just apply shadow. That way I can create a really nice gradient effect with it, and I really love this one. For blending, I have a lot of blending brushes that you might see me use in tutorials that are colorful, like I have a purple one, a pink one, a green one. Those are from limited edition collections by Sonia Kashuk, which are really, really great, and I recommend the Sonia Kashuk limited collections because they're always amazing quality. But they're limited edition, so I'm not going to talk about them in this video because most of the ones I have you can't buy anymore. But I do have one blending brush that I really love that you can buy. This is the e.l.f. Crease Brush. Now this is a smaller blending brush for more detail work, which is really nice, but it works for like in the crease, above the crease. I always blend out like this area up here. It's very, very soft and nice and really affordable. I think they're like $3 or something, so you can just get a bunch of them. It's really, really nice, so I love this brush. Since I'm on the subject of e.l.f., I will continue. This is my favorite brush for lower lash line shadow. This is a $1 brush, and I have more expensive brushes that are, you know, flat top like this that are just not nearly as nice. So this is the e.l.f., I don't know what it's called, but this is so beautifully thin, if you can see that, and it's just perfect for getting right under the lashes and applying shadow. You can apply really precisely, or you can get it kind of smudgy and you know, smoky like I have today, and just really blend it out however you want it. But it is the perfect thinness, and it's nice and long too. But yeah, like I said, I have tons of other brushes like these that I just don't use because they're not thin enough, you know, it just defeats the purpose. So I absolutely love this $1 brush. Then from e.l.f. I have 3 of their eyeshadow brushes. So the first one I have is the Professional Blending Brush. This is kind of like a crease brush. I use it more for blending out the outer corner, like applying shadow directly. So I'll put this directly in the shadow, apply it here, and then also blend it out with this same brush. I don't use it so much for crease work, but it's really nice. And again, these ones are all $1 brushes, so really good quality for that. I have probably like 8 of them. But yeah, so I just use that for blending out there. And then sometimes I'll take a clean one and just kind of use it to blend everything together. The next brush I have is the Professional Defining Eye Brush. This is at an angle. It's like an angled fluffy brush, and I use this again for kind of whatever, but applying things at an angle. A lot of times I'll use it for applying shadow in the crease, and then I'll go in with a clean blending brush and blend it out. So this is a really nice one to have on hand. And then I have the e.l.f. Smudge Brush, and this one looks identical pretty much to their eyeshadow brush. I think the eyeshadow one is a little bit longer, but both of those are my favorite. I have tons of both of them. And this I just use for applying shadow directly onto the eyelid, just one color, whatever you have. I travel with these a lot. I give these as gifts a lot too for people that, if you ever see someone who's using a sponge tip applicator, I always mark in my head like, oh, they need this for Christmas, because they're so affordable and they're so good. So yes, I love these. All of these e.l.f. brushes, absolutely amazing. One more from Sonia Kashuk. This is the number 17. I almost couldn't see it. This is very old. But this brush I love for blending out my brow bone highlight. So I will take a different brush, maybe like a concealer brush, and place my brow bone highlight, almost like let it sit, like bake it for a little bit sometimes. And then I will take this and just kind of brush it off. It's really big and fluffy, which is so nice, so that it really kind of blends it out smoothly and evenly, and you can just kind of, you know what I mean, just kind of blend it out, and it just looks very natural. So that is what I use this for primarily, and it seems like maybe kind of a trivial thing to have a brush for, but I don't know, my brow bone highlight is a big deal to me, so I love this brush for that. Next I have this one from BH Cosmetics. It doesn't have a name because this actually came in a kit. I love the BH Cosmetics brush kits. It's like a brush roll. I'll try to link it below if I can find it on the BH Cosmetics website. I don't have any of their single brushes, but I have a couple of their brush roll kits and I really enjoy them. This is from that, and this I use for inner corner highlight. It's at a little bit of an angle, if you can see that there, and it's just really cute, perfect size for inner corner, just kind of painting shadow on the inner corner. I've used this also for the outer corner sometimes if I want a really precise amount of shadow right there, and I actually use this in my Valentine's Day tutorial to draw the wing with eyeshadow on my eye. So this has many purposes. I really like this brush, and again I really like those brush rolls too. I don't know if it's an absolute favorite, but I do like them. And then this is the Arbonne Slant brush, eyeshadow brush, eye brush, I don't know. I use this for my eyebrows. This is my favorite eyebrow brush. It's very thin again, and it's at the perfect angle. It's just the perfect size and shape and everything for my eyebrows. So when I do cream products in my eyebrows, which I pretty much do every day, I use this brush for it. I just dip the brush in and draw right on my eyebrows, and I absolutely love this. This one did come in a kit. I'm not sure if they're available individually. I'll try to link everything below just so you guys can find it, because yeah, I'm not sure if this one is available individually, but I know it was part of a kit when I bought it. But I absolutely love this for eyebrows, so yeah. Okay, moving on to face brushes. So first of all, I have to give a shout out to my Beauty Blender. That is my all-time favorite brush for applying foundation. I just love it. It's not a brush, but I love it. Anyways, this is a brush from e.l.f. and it doesn't have the name on it, so I'm not sure what it is, and it also looks crooked because I had to super glue it because this part fell off, so that's a downside, but they're still really affordable, so it's kind of worth it. But I like this brush for foundation. Like I said, I prefer my Beauty Blender, but if I have like a really watery foundation or something that Beauty Blender is going to absorb too much of it, I will use a brush like this. Also, this one from Real Techniques, this is the Expert Face Brush. I like this for foundation a lot, but I also have been using this one lately. Now you can see how it is kind of longer that way. I've been using this one lately to blend out my forehead cream contour when I cream contour. I use a powder today, but when I cream contour, which I've been really getting into lately, I use this to blend it out. So like draw on the contour, and then I just kind of take this and go like this and blend out the cream contour. Because it's a foundation brush, I feel like it really blends that contour into my foundation very well. So I really love this for that. Then this next brush is the Wet n Wild flat topped brush. I'm not sure the name's not on here. I like this for foundation, but I like it after I've applied my foundation with like a foundation brush. So like, I don't have one here because they're all pretty much the same. I don't have any favorite flat foundation brush, or if I've applied it with my fingers. But once I have my foundation like mostly placed, then I'll go in with this because it's really thin and thin, like it's not super coarse or super thick, you know what I mean? Dense, that's the word. It's not super dense. And so I'll go in with this and I will blend in my foundation, just kind of final blend it in. This is really soft, so it does blend foundation really nicely. And I don't like this for powder because it's not completely flat, like it's kind of domed. I tried it for powder at first, but it doesn't have a flat top, so when you put it on, it's not like hitting your skin evenly, you know what I mean? So I like it for foundation. I definitely love this for foundation. For concealer, this is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. I love this guy for blending in concealer. Now under my eyes I use my Beauty Blender, but anywhere else I put concealer I will use this guy, and I love it so much. It's really dense. It almost looks like an eyeshadow brush except it's so dense, and it's just perfect for those thick creamy concealers if you're putting it over like a trouble spot. A lot of times when I'll do concealer down on my neck, I'll use it for that. I also use this for cream contour in this area sometimes. It's really good for blending out concealer and any kind of cream products. It's just a really nice, perfect size. I absolutely love this. For setting my whole face, I have the e.l.f. Flat Powder Brush, I think it's called. This is the perfect brush for setting my face. I adore it. It is super flat, like I was saying. I really like a flat brush because I dip it in my powder, you know, I tap it off maybe, and then I can just stamp my face. I don't have to like swirl it around and risk disturbing my foundation. I literally just stamp the powder on my face, and it's flat so it gets a large amount of space at a time, and that's how I just apply my powder all over. You've seen me do it probably tons of times, but yes, I love this brush for that. Next I have this brush from e.l.f. This, I believe it's called the Tapered Blush Brush. I use this for setting my under eyes, and you've again seen me use this probably 100 times in tutorials. I always use my yellow setting powder, and I just again tap it in there, and then I tap this right under my eyes. And again, I like this because I don't have to like brush it too much. It's just the perfect width, and the taper, like the angle that it's at, you can see that it's like angled, so it really just hits that spot really nicely, and it's so soft and gentle for under your eyes. And that's just how I apply my under eye powder. So I usually will set it like this, set all the powder, and then I'll go in and kind of sweep off any excess just to make sure that I don't look powdery under there, you know? But yeah, so that's what I use this one for. I love it. For contour, I have a few. I have the Real Techniques contour brush. I really like this for applying shimmery bronzers, especially on my forehead. I don't know, it's just something about the angle of this. It works really well on the forehead. I kind of can hold it like this and blend things out. So like my Makeup Revolution shimmery bronzer, I use this for a lot, really like it. Another contour brush I have is by Luxie. This is the Luxie 512 small contouring brush. This one is nice. I don't use this one as much, but I do like it for blending out contour here. If I get too much, I'll take this clean and I will kind of blend it out that way, if you know what I mean. But this is a really nice one too. And then for my cheekbone contour, I usually use the Arbonne cheek brush. This is an angled, fluffy brush. When I first used this, I thought it was weird, but it is just the perfect shape, the perfect density, everything for me for my contour. And what I do is I dip this in the contour and I flip it upside down like this, and then I just kind of put it here and blend, and it blends things out so well. I adored this brush, and this came in that kit too with the eyebrow brush that I use. These both came in a kit with a couple other brushes. So yes, love this one. For blush, I have a few favorites. Again, this is the e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush. I love this for really dense blushes like the Tarte blush where it's really hard and not super powdery. I love this. I can go in pretty heavy-handed with it, and then I just stamp it on my cheeks. I don't really blend it out with this particular brush. I just stamp it on my cheek. Once I have it stamped on, then I'll kind of blend it a little bit maybe, but I really like to just kind of apply it that way. The other brush that I love for blush is the Real Techniques blush brush. This one is such an interesting shape. I love it. It's very different from the other one, from the e.l.f. one, but I really like it. And this one, I will do more blending with this one. So I'll take the product and then I will really am able to blend it out because it's got so many hairs, like starting all the way down here, all the way up here. It's just such a nice fluffy brush that it's just perfect for blending out blush. And then another one that I love is this e.l.f. one. I'm not sure what it's called again, but this is such a cute shape, and it's really good for just placing blush right on the apples of the cheeks. I'll use this for like a brighter blush if I just want like a spot of it right there, you know, and then I'll blend it out with this. So I really like this one too. These are probably my 3 most used blush brushes. And I feel like blush is a hard thing to find the perfect brush for because it really depends on your face shape and the quality of the blush. You know, is it super powdery? Is it super hard? Is it shimmery? Is it not? I don't know. I feel like blush is hard. That's why I have 3 brushes for like the same exact thing because it just really depends. For highlighter, I love my thin fan brush. This is the e.l.f. fan brush. I really enjoyed this one. Not Real Techniques. BH Cosmetics makes a nice one too, but those come in the kit, so I want to talk about this one because it's available individually. Just really thin, and again, I just kind of go in with the highlighter. I rub it on the flat part of the brush, and then I just rub it on like that. So that's how I highlight my cheeks. I find that that works really well to use the side of this brush for that. And yeah, that is what I usually use for highlighters. Sometimes I'll use different things, but this has been usually pretty much what it always is. For cream products, especially cream blush, I use stippling brushes. The two stippling brushes I like the e.l.f. Stipple Brush. This is the large one. They also have a small one. I prefer the large one because it just kind of blends it out more naturally. I use this for like cream blushes, like I said, a lot. This is really nice. The smaller one might be nicer for like more cream contour products or more detail work. And then the other one that I really like is the Real Techniques stippling brush, and this one is pretty in pink. This one I've used for foundation, I've used for blush, cream contour, anything like that. This one I feel like is more multitasking. It's a little bit denser and shorter and smaller, slightly smaller than the e.l.f. one. I don't know, I do really like this one too, so I definitely recommend these. And then the last brush I have is the Real Techniques Multitask brush, and this one is just kind of good for everything, but one thing I really do love this for is brushing out my under eye bake. If I'm baking under my eyes or baking anywhere, I like this for like brushing out. I also keep this on hand if I get fallout from my eyeshadows. This is a really nice, light, fluffy brush to brush away fallout, you know, because you don't want a brush that's too dense or that's going to rub it in. This is really nice for that. Then I'll also use it just to blend out anything that needs more blending out, you know, like, oh, it's so soft. But yeah, I'll just use this to blend anything that wants to be blended. This is a really good one. Okay guys, that is it for my favorite drugstore brushes. Let me know what your favorite brush brands are, your favorite types of brushes. I would love to hear. I'm always loving to try new things. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That helps other people find me in the YouTube world. Make sure you subscribe. I post videos 3 to 5 times a week. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye.